So, hey guys, this is the first time I'm doing an English video, so I thought it's going to be time for something new. As you maybe have seen, I've created a lot of videos, but they have all been in German, and I never made a translation under the videos, so never subtitle or anything like this. It's been completely all in German. So I thought about doing a new video in English, and this is why I'm sitting here now. And I thought about, okay, let's start with a different kind of video. So I decided to make a video about myself, because I already created a few videos in German about myself. The first one was when I introduced myself and anything, and the second one I was talking about, forgotten. um, exactly what traveling is doing with me. And the last one I talked about myself was the way how I see the world, because I totally see it different than other people, because I'm an architect and I studied architecture 5 years. I'm already done, luckily, because it's been a rough time. But so I have a different point of view than maybe other people who, don't have this kind of knowledge and information about architecture and architecture history, especially. And so I thought to share this information about myself in German. But like I said, I never had a translation underneath, and so I thought it's going to be time to talk about myself in English. And let's start directly. It's obvious my name is Michelle. I don't need to talk about this. My headline on Instagram, Facebook, or wherever tells it already. Michelle's Travel Stories. And of course it also tells you that I tell you about my travel moments, about the experiences, all the information I collect about cities, countries, whatever. And you can also see that, of course, I'm really addicted to architecture photography. I also love nature, that's not the point. But as an architect, of course, I like to travel cities. And I can tell you my favorite city is London. It's been from the very first moment. When I've traveled the first time to London, I've been there already 7 times. But London is the love of my life, to be honest. As an architect, it's my absolutely favorite city in the world. And it's absolutely fascinating. I like the people also. It's really, really amazing being there. So that's what I can tell you about being an architect. But I can tell you also about myself that, funnily, when I started studying architecture, I travel more than ever. I don't know how much I started traveling, because I recognized that travel helps me to understand what I learn in university. And it's not just about sitting in a lesson and looking at the pictures that professors are showing you. It's more about traveling to these places and looking at the buildings and the architecture and trying to understand it. And this is funnily what I did when I really learned about architecture, and we started with the first lessons about history and how it all developed and how it was created. And I decided to go there and to see it. Not just, I forgot it completely just when I heard it in a lesson, but when I traveled to this place, what I learned about before, I had a completely different understanding afterwards. And so I recognized that traveling, for me as an architect, is the key to understand architecture and to find out what's good or not. And so this is why I travel so much. And I recognize that traveling is also changing me. And it's especially when you travel to poor country. I've been to Madagascar, I've been to Philippines is not really like that poor, like Madagascar, of course. Madagascar is one of the poorest country in the world. And I recognize that if you travel to countries who are not so strong, like Germany or other European countries, you start to be thankful. You start to change everything you think about before, and the way how you thought about this. And I recognize that it's changing me completely. And not just about the architecture, of course, but it's also about the traveling, which is changing me as much as it can do. And you start to be thankful for what you have, and you open your mind. And I think traveling is so much important for growing about yourself, for learning more, that there is much more out there than just this tiny little box you're sitting inside. And so I recognize that I can connect it, travel and architecture, and it's been so much fun in all these years. And I think traveling, let you grow over yourself, and it's so important. And this is why I'm sharing all my moments, why I tell you so much here on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and whatever you want to do, and YouTube, and to share all these experiences, because I think that it's so important to get open-minded. And this is what is my intention, why I'm sharing so much. And of course I should start creating maybe more also in English, and this is why I'm also doing this video, because I want to find out what people want. Should I share more in German? Should I share more in English? Should I try to connect it? What's the best way? Should I, especially when I'm doing a video, shall I do an English video with a German subtitle, or is it better to take a German video and an English subtitle, or you know what I mean? How to translate it, in which kind of way, and what kind of way I should speak. Because of course for me it's easier to speak in German, and then afterwards doing an English translation. But maybe you can tell me what exactly you want, and let me definitely know in the comments what exactly I should do in the future. Shall I shoot in English or in German, and what kind of subtitle do you wish? Of course, then in this way. And this is the first things you should know about myself. This is me, Michelle. So this is everything I wanted to tell you in the end. I wish you a lovely day, and I hope you keep safe, especially in these crazy times of Corona. I hope we will go back to normal life again soon as possible, but it's difficult, and I hope you all keep safe and healthy, and I wish you a very, very lovely day.